something you said, which is I manifested everything.
Yeah.
And I love that because, like when you're, visualizing what you want to be like, it become easy because, you have that image. You just have to find a way to get into it, right?
Exactly.
So for you, I think from a young age, if we can say so, you kind of had that image of you, like, being bossy, being masculine.
Yeah, I guess so. And also, can we take a note to say that you never call boys bossy?
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with bossy. Like, it's a leadership quality, but we always call boys leaders, but girls bossy.
Yeah.
Just an interesting side note there. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay. We can reclaim that. We can reclaim it as female leaders.
Yeah.
But I guess I did manifest it. The power of visualization, because I always knew what kind of feeling I wanted to be within.
Yeah.
I wanted this life of freedom. I wanted, really, truthfully, what I wanted was the space to do whatever I want and to be able to pivot and explore what I want to explore whilst having a business. So, yeah, I guess if anyone's thinking about manifesting, like tapping into the feeling of what you want it to look like and the kind of values and the principles that are important to you, because I can say that throughout school, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
True.
I knew that I wanted to be my own boss.
Yeah.
I knew that I wanted to be creative. And I started to piece things together as time went on. Even at university, I didn't know. I just kind of followed my passions. But you just got to trust that it all falls into place.
Exactly.
If you're so sure you know what you want and kind of like the outline, like I knew I wanted the freedom. I knew I wanted the creativity and to be my own leader. Then everything else just falls into place if you observe.
You kind of like just, have that big image and you're always kind of building things up to reach it. Yeah. It's what I shared with you during our, matcha chat. Basically during like, maybe a 6-year-old I was that time. Yeah. I choose to just wear a suit instead of wearing a princess dress. And I felt like I was feminine, like just having that at that time.
That is so cool.
But yeah, so basically, another thing that we can just, share or put the light on or even highlight during this journey is basically jumping from a country to another and getting to know like a lot of communities. Do you consider that was like a big motive for you to kind of build up the business or kind of like, a place where you just have fun to kind of, maintain the creative aspect of your brain?
That is an interesting question. So I always knew I wanted to travel, and I actually met my boyfriend 5 years ago, and we kind of bonded over travel, and it took us like 5 years to actually get to this point. So I always knew travel was there, and I always knew having my business was there, and I just didn't know how that fit together. But like I said, this kind of unfolded with experience. I actually didn't know if I wanted to just not work at all.
Wow.
So when I but as soon as I became my own boss properly and intentionally, there was no way I could give it up. There was no way. So then in more recent times, the idea of travel became this expansive opportunity for me and my business.
Yeah.
And that was also like going from employed to self-employed was a leap of faith.
Yeah.
But going from being at home where you have a lot of safety nets to being abroad, that was another leap of faith, because I didn't perfect my business and go, right, I'm ready to go abroad. Now I kind of like jumped when I felt I was just enough ready. And it was another leap of faith. But the way travel serves me now is so expansive, and it's kind of like a global community. Yeah. It's so important, and I've discovered that along the way. Like I said to my boyfriend, who I'm traveling with, we need to slow down. Like just to manage your expectations, I want to travel like 1 week in one place. Yeah. And then I started to do that. I was like, this is not enough. We need to go slower and slower. And so we're here in Chiang Mai, and we've been here for about 4 months now. Yeah. We are moving on, but in that time, I've started to realize as well, it takes at least 2 months to kind of like connect with the community around you. Yeah. And the community element has been so incredible for business. Like just meeting people who are on the same journey, who have the same values like you.
Thank you.
The opportunities to just be creative. Like I've met people and had like a service exchange. Yeah. But I've also just kind of like had fun opportunities to express my creativity with women. True. And that is so fun. And many people might find this at home. But for me, I just felt like I wasn't in an environment that supporters, that kind of that side to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, travel is huge.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have realized that I do want to maybe slow it down and have the whole purpose as well was for us to do something different and do something adventurous, but also to see if there's anywhere in the world that we would want to live.
Yeah.
Because I'm from the UK.
Yeah.
The weather isn't ideal. Some people love it. I like sunshine and we don't get much of it. So we were like, where can we live? And then once we found that place, it'd be really nice to settle and then take shorter periods.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure this is something that we'll go on to.
Yeah.
The well-being as a business owner is so important.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I am craving a bit of a base where I have the flexibility to ground,
Yeah.
but then also travel. And
I guess flexibility is really important, especially when you're like, you know, having to jump between a task to another and you just don't have the bandwidth to deal with any flights. You just don't have the bandwidth to be in another country at that point because you got to deal with it right now.
It's a lot, like being an adult, there's a lot of life admin. But being an adult who likes to travel, is just the list.
There's a joy that comes with it that nothing can replace. Let's just be honest about it. Yeah.
It's worth it.
This podcast is brought to you by Podcast Inc., the best support partner for your podcasting journey. Ready to elevate your podcasting game? Contact us today and let's make your podcasting dreams a reality.